The conditions on Tuesday were a lot more manageable. It was blowing around 15 with a slight chop, so we were a lot more comfortable, and really our goal was only just to try and sail the boat clean. We were slowly getting our boat speed and learning a lot about how to make the boat go well. So if we could just keep clear air and sail clean, you know, we felt we'd at least have a chance to be a bit more competitive.
Tap, tap, tap. You got to tap, yep. Keep it down up, right? You got to work on your height.
We went from a relaxed, laid-back mode to full, intense time to get into this racing scenario. And I think we started to concentrate a little bit more on, especially Will's point of view of what we were doing wrong. And I guess it was about probably later into the race, as we went through more of the physical attributes of the race, we started to realize how much we didn't know about what we were doing. I guess in the back of our heads we thought we were pretty good or reasonably good at what we were doing, and when we got somebody on board, of course, of Will's capabilities, we started to realize, oh boy, we're not near as shit hot as we think we are.
This clip is another one of my favorite moments. We got way out to the left, and from the whole fleet, and we just got lifted, and you know, we're gaining bearing on the whole fleet, and it was the first time really in the regatta. At that moment we said, you know, right now we're being really competitive, and we can sail with these guys, and it was a really good feeling for that upwind leg.
Run! Going cross! Back on you, come on! Thank you.
We were coming into the top mark here, and it felt pretty good. We were moving well. The weather now looked like the Key West we imagined, and just ahead here was Mental, who were probably about 15 seconds, 10 seconds ahead of us, and behind us was the other J111 Wicked 2, which was so. It was a pretty good feeling at this point in this race. You can see Wicked 2 coming over on port there right now, and getting into that top mark with all these boats. That was what we came for, and it felt really good. You can see the difference in the crew work now coming into this mark. We've got the spinnaker going up right at the mark. everyone's feeling a lot more comfortable, and it felt great to be in such close contact with the rest of the fleet. I think we figured we were about probably 5th in fleet at this point, or maybe even 4th. And actually, Tim Wilkes was taking photographs on the course that day, and that led to a picture which I thought was one of my favorites. And I had to buy this picture because I think it's a prototypical Key West Race Week shot.
Up to him, right? I'll take it down, right? Drop the tape. Put it down, guys. Put your tape down. They all have room on it, okay? Turn them in. Come on, go to the tail. We'll make a right-hand turn. Go, guys.
So we, as you can see, we're with all the leading boats in the fleet at this moment. We're all coming into the mark basically almost at the same time. We decided to split and take the right-hand gate. And then the weirdest thing ever I saw happen is our spinnaker sheet, the lazy sheet, somehow went around our rudder. And it took us about between 60 and 90 seconds to get it clear. And it was quite disappointing, you know, because we were so in the pace with that race. But you know, when I look back at it now, I think despite what happened, I think that upwind and downwind leg may have been actually the best we sailed the whole week, except maybe for the last race. So although it was very frustrating, we took a lot of that, you know, took a lot out of that.
Wrapped in 4 different places, the halyard, and also going downwind with a little bit of swell, and me only being on one halyard and being hooked up was definitely, I was anxious to get back down, and I know Tom was pretty anxious to get me down as well. And you just look off in the distance, you see Key West getting closer and closer, and the start line getting farther and farther away. So it's also pretty disheartening.
Since we missed the start of race 4. So I know I wasn't too happy, and most of the crew weren't either. And like to say there was an edge on the boat in between races then, because having missed 2 out of the first 4 races, we weren't too pleased. But you know what? That attitude actually showed up in the start line, and we probably had the best start that we had the entire week in race 5.
Big hike, guys. Really big hike. You gotta get up. Might have to tap, okay? So, big hike.
This was a funny moment. We were barely fetching here, and we tacked on a bunch of the boats, and they'd all decided that there was no way they were going to make it. I guess they were getting gassed by us, and you can see him tacking off behind here. And then Will started yakking that we're going to have to tack, and he got down there, and I had a look at it, and I said, "There's no freaking way I'm tacking here. We're going to make that mark, you know, no matter what happens." So I kicked Will back up on the rail, and the crew hiked, and needless to say, we managed to get around that mark by about, it seemed like 6 inches at the time. Looking at the video now, it's a little bit more, but yeah, it was a cool moment. We were having a great race.
Yeah, we're ready to dive. Final, Randy. No, I'm holding it.
So we sailed well in that race. We didn't make any boat handling mistakes, and our speed was decent, especially upwind. And we learned that if we did that, we could be middle of the pack. And we were getting better every day. So it was good going into Wednesday. We knew there was going to be no wind and likely no racing the next day. So it was good to hang out on the beach and enjoy ourselves Wednesday, knowing that